Monterey is one of only a couple of towns that was ever attacked by a real pirate. His name was Hippolyte Bouchard, and in 1818 he attacked Monterey, totally sacked it, razed it to the ground, burned everything down, took whatever he could that wasn't nailed down, and he also kidnapped the town drunk named Molina. That's real history. And we're thinking, man, wouldn't that be cool if we could create a pirate adventure in some caves? And that's when I came up with this concept. What if we had Cannery Row caverns? What if we have this newly discovered network of caverns located right beneath our feet all along? Millions of guests of year have just been walking up and down Cannery Row with this amazing network of caverns right there beneath their feet. And so you combine that concept with Hippolyte Bouchard and write a story that ties into the real history, and you have Treasure Hunt the Ride. Let's get people down there, let's tell a story, let's get them off their feet and take them on an adventure before we bring them back to Cannery Row. That was the concept. And so I called my brother and I said, John, what do you think? The space for this wax museum is available. We could jump on it and do something. It's not going to be easy. I mean, this is a big endeavor. The build out of the ride is, it was something that turned out to be it was Pandora's box. There's a lot of special effects, fog machines, projectors, lights, speakers, and you have ambient audio, you have point source audio, and then you have all of the data wires carrying everything like that. And so there's hundreds of miles of different forms of wires and utilities, and then we had to make it all look like a cave that hides all of that. And on top of it all, it's all down in a basement. We had to devise a whole freight elevator system that brought everything down into the space. The ride vehicles themselves are almost 2,000 pounds a piece, and there's 6 of them. And you think, you know, I mean, just logic would dictate, one of the last things you do when you build a ride is put the ride vehicle on the track, and then you start operating it. Well, we had to bring the ride vehicles in months before that process, and then move them all over the place as we're doing all the scenic work. It was a game of sometimes fractions of inches that we were able to comply with the codes. And these codes, they're not just suggestions, they're absolutely requirements. You can blink your eyes and 6 figures worth of money can just be gone like that you didn't expect, and that happened more than one time. Big challenges, you know, when the going gets tough, that's when it's easy to abandon the ideas. But that's when we really learn who we are and what we're made of. It's easy to imagine and it's fun to imagine. It's hard to bring that to reality. And we've been going through that kind of cycle in our whole 25 years of doing this. But Treasure Hunt the Ride took that concept to whole new levels.
My name is Shelby Daniels, and I'm called the Chief Treasure Hunter around here, and we're at Treasure Hunt the Ride in Monterey, California. All of the ride vehicles are some kind of a relevant family name. So this one is the Mia Ellen. This is my dad's first grandbaby's name. This one is the Amanda Rose, one of my cousin's names. Samuel is my brother's name. It's my dad's name. And then the Webb is also from my dad's side of the family. We've got Grandpa Webb somewhere down the line. I came down here and I added this. This is actually a wedding invitation from my dad's oldest brother, Jimmy. So we have a family wedding invitation that just kind of sits down here. Most of the hands that you see here are people that actually, made this space. So it pays homage to them.
I'm especially proud of my daughter Shelby. She just finished college and she's got multiple different degrees in marketing and business and things like that. And so I figured if there ever was setting up some form of indentured servitude, this is it, right? We paid for her passage through college. She owes us 7 years of servitude. No. It's kind of second generation because my brothers and I, we grew up with our family in that family business and we all worked together. My brother and I started Daniels Woodland in the late 90s. And during those years, I taught night school at Cuesta as a math professor. So during the day I was Daniels Woodland, at night I was a professor. An interesting, fateful evening towards the end of my time as a math professor, I was sitting on the couch grading papers, and one evening Shelby came running towards me and she wanted to play. She came, "Daddy, Daddy." She came running, and she was tiny. And her older sister, Abigail, who's just a couple of years older, she headed Shelby off at the pass and she stopped her. She said, "Shelby, you need to leave Dad alone because he's grading papers." And that just stabbed me right through the heart. I mean, I couldn't pay attention anymore to what I had to do, because I kept going back thinking, you know, the day my kids show my love for me by leaving me alone is the day my young family their train is off the tracks. That was it. I wasn't ready to go all in on Daniels Woodland, but even more important, I wasn't ready to lose my family. And I said, we're just gonna have to figure out how to make Daniels Woodland work. So when people ask me, did I ever imagine Daniels Woodland would be this? And the answer is, heck no, I never imagined that. And it is hard work to push your dream forward. And yeah, we paid a lot of tuition at the School of Hard Knocks, right? Probably, there's a lot of things, if I had to do over again, we probably could have done it a lot better. But I mean, how often do we get too tied up in the little stuff? Right? You have to remember, like, there's some really important concepts, right? You have to figure out in life how to quit sweating the small stuff. And the follow-up to that is, it's almost all small stuff. For me in my life, and I think I speak for my wife, and I'm sure my kids would agree, that, you know, without my family to share with this, without them, none of this means anything. So, yeah.